Alright everyone, welcome back to my channel, Baseball Talk with Nick Morgan. So today, we're talking about a huge blockbuster trade, and dang it! Houston, come on! Why are you doing this to me? You know I'm a Yankees fan, and you're doing this just to get me upset. But the Zack Greinke trade happened yesterday, minutes before the trade deadline was over. The Arizona Diamondbacks and the Houston Astros completed a trade in which Zack Greinke would go from the DBacks to the Astros in exchange for 4 prospects. And I have a lot to talk about, much like the past couple of trades I've been doing on this channel. This is insane! No, come on, and the Yankees did nothing. That really makes me upset. But this is a really good trade for Houston. We're going to get into it right now. A lot went on, and I'm excited to share this with you guys. Again, this was a huge last-minute trade, easily the biggest trade the day of the deadline. I mean, it's between this and the Trevor Bauer trade as the biggest before everything's all said and done here. But Greinke is a part of the Astros haul. They actually got 3 guys yesterday. The other 2, Aaron Sanchez and Joe Biagini. So another starter, and then I believe Joe Biagini is a bullpen guy. But this is exactly what the Astros needed. They needed arms on both sides, starting pitching and in the bullpen, and they got both. And they got some really good starting pitching. I mean, Aaron Sanchez has not been doing great this year with the Blue Jays, but maybe the Astros will turn him around. I mean, that's what they usually do. They get pitchers that are mediocre or maybe not that great, and they turn them around, and they're like phenomenal as soon as they put on a Houston jersey. So I think that Zack Greinke is going to be even better than he's been this year. And then Aaron Sanchez will be picking up a lot more wins in his next couple of starts. But I'm assuming he's starting, not going to the bullpen. So, yeah, I mean, the Astros just got better, which is kind of hard to believe because they were already one of the best teams in baseball. I didn't think they could get better, but they proved me wrong. Greinke's definitely a really good adjustment here. Not adjustment, but a better piece to this team. They already had a pretty solid rotation. I mean, the first 3 guys for sure were really good. And now they just made it even better. So, I mean, congratulations to Houston. I think now they might be the AL favorites, especially because the Yankees did nothing. I'm really upset. I might make a video on it. I might not. You guys can probably tell with how excited I am about this that no, the Yankees really messed up here, but the Astros is the main focus of today's video. I think they did very good, and they paid a lot for Greinke, but as they should have. Greinke's a very good pitcher. And the Astros have one of the best farm systems in all of baseball, if not the best. Zack Greinke in 2019 has been amazing. He's pitched in 22 games and has accumulated a 10-4 record with a 2.87 ERA, 141 innings pitched, 128 strikeouts, and a .94 WHIP. On the mound, he has been lights out. The guy is crazy good. And the Astros could not have really gotten a better starter that was kind of on the market, kind of not on the market. Like, I didn't really mention him in the top 10 guys who could be at risk of being traded before the trade deadline video I made about a week ago or a couple of days ago, whenever it was. I talked more about Robbie Ray, but Zack Greinke was kind of one of those guys who's like, he could be out there, he might not be. Like, you really have to make an offer, and the Diamondbacks will either accept it or reject it. And in this case, they accepted it, as they should have. Really good prospects that they got in return, but Greinke lights out, and the fact that he's not even going to be the ace of that team, it's probably Justin Verlander, and then Garrett Cole, and then him, that's nuts. That's 3 solid starting pitchers. Whoa! So like I said, the Arizona Diamondbacks got 4 prospects back in exchange for Zack Greinke. The first guy we're going to talk about here is infielder and outfielder Seth Beard. He is the number 3 guy in the farm system for the Astros. Then you have right-handed pitcher J.B. Bukowskis. I think I said that right. I might not have. He's the number 4 guy overall with the Astros in the minor leagues. And the number 5 guy the Diamondbacks also received, that's Corbin Martin. He's also a right-handed pitcher. And the final piece of this trade here that the Diamondbacks received was infielder Joshua Rojas, who's ranking 22nd in all of the farm systems for the Houston Astros. So they got 3 top 5 guys and 1 top 25 guy, or technically 4 top 25 guys. But that's really good. If you're the Diamondbacks, I think both teams really won this trade. Of course, the Diamondbacks won maybe when it comes to like the future here, and the Astros won, especially now that they have Greinke for the present. I think Greinke's definitely going to help them and bolster the rotation that was already very good with the Astros. But this is really good. And the Astros, like I said, they have the best, if not the best, then one of the best farm systems in all of Major League Baseball. Maybe there might be a little dent into that now that they got rid of their 3, 4, 5 guys, overall top ranking. But this is really good for both teams. And honestly, the Yankees had one job, or actually two jobs. They had to receive starting pitching and make sure that the Astros and other AL contenders didn't get starting pitching. And they failed at both of those. So, props to the Astros. This is a great trade, especially last minute. Like, there were no rumors about this until essentially it was finalized. So, kudos to them. This is amazing. So Seth Beard, we're going to talk about his stats from the minors in 2 seasons of play. He has 165 games played, 622 at-bats, 37 home runs, 128 RBIs, 1 stolen base, a .307 average, and a .401 on-base percentage. That is crazy. Those are some really good numbers. And I get that he's the number 3 guy in the farm system, but that's really good. Like, 37 home runs, 128 RBIs, that's over 2 seasons. And if you're the Diamondbacks, I mean, that alone, and that piece alone in Seth Beard is worth it at that point. I mean, I think him and DBacks definitely were the big pieces and the main pieces here. I don't know if the Astros suggested them or if the Diamondbacks asked for them. I'm assuming that the Astros kind of just would have given the Diamondbacks whatever they wanted in exchange for Greinke, especially because it is a time where they really needed starting pitching. But that's really good. And Seth Beard, once he makes it to the major leagues, that guy's probably going to be like another Pete Alonso. Amazing. DBacks, again, is the number 4 guy in the Astros farm system now with the Arizona Diamondbacks. And by the way, I do not know where any of these guys rank with the DBacks in their farm system, but if you see the numbers, they're all really good. So they got to be at least top 30 for sure, easily, hands down. So JB has a 6-6 record in 3 seasons in the minor leagues with a 3.90 ERA in 37 games, 31 games started, 1 save, 154.2 innings pitched, 178 strikeouts. This guy is used as a starter, as a bullpen guy, wherever you need him, wherever you want him, essentially, he's good to go. And again, him and Seth Beard, I think, 2 big pieces for this trade, especially for the Arizona Diamondbacks. If they're working for the future, this is a great time to have these 2 guys with you. Now, the last guy we're going to talk about here that the Diamondbacks received was the number 5 prospect, Corbin Martin. In 2019, he has a 1-1 record with a 5.59 ERA in 5 games, along with 19.1 innings pitched, 19 strikeouts, and a 1.81 whip. So he's maybe not as exciting as Beard and JB, but he's still a good prospect. He's still someone to have. You can always flip him, sell him, use him as another piece of a different trade, for the next upcoming offseason or in the 2020 season, whatever works out best. But the Diamondbacks, this is a good piece. Again, this is a really good trade for both sides. I think it worked out nicely. Diamondbacks won and the Astros won. So that's essentially what you want, as this trade deadline looms and it's coming around every year. So we all know the Houston Astros lineup defensively and offensively. They have some really big guys. Alex Bregman, Carlos Correa, Jose Altuve, George Springer. That's a really good team. But now that they're adding starting pitching and a bullpen guy, you have to think that they're even more dangerous and even more of a force to be reckoned with here. This is their new potential rotation. Justin Verlander as your ace. Garrett Cole, Zack Greinke, Wade Miley, and Aaron Sanchez. You definitely don't want to face any of the top 3 guys. Wade Miley, maybe you'll be able to get a win with, at least put up a battle. Aaron Sanchez, that's probably your best bet. Your number 5 guy in that rotation. That's probably when you're going to try to get a win. The other 4 guys, definitely top 3 guys. I think most of these games are going to the Astros. The Astros are going to win them. That's 3 solid pitchers. Very good. We always compare Verlander to a fine wine. He's getting better as he's getting older. Garrett Cole's having a great 2019. Zack Greinke's just a beast. This is really good for the Astros. I think they kind of have to be the favorites in the American League right now, especially because the Yankees did nothing. Talking about the American League here, the Astros are first in the AL West with a 69-40 record. They're 8 games ahead of the Athletics for the division, and they're not going to lose the division at this point. That's for sure. They're definitely going to clinch it and get in. We'll see what happens and who they end up facing when it gets closer to the end of August. We're actually just starting August today, so we only have a couple weeks of regular season baseball left. A lot's going on, a big race. I'm excited to see what happens. The Astros are definitely going to end up being one of the best teams in baseball, probably record-wise and just overall-wise as well. Crazy additions, really big moves. This is a huge blockbuster trade between the Diamondbacks and the Astros. Might be the biggest of the trade deadline. I want you guys to let me know down below if you guys like the Trevor Bauer trade better or the Zack Greinke trade better. So guys, that is going to end it for this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to drop a like down below, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you have your notifications turned on because I'm going to be doing a lot of trade deadline recap videos and a lot of really cool trade deadline videos coming up for you guys in these next couple of days. We'll be talking about Nicholas Castellanos and his trade, the Scooter Gennett trade. We'll be ranking every team's trade deadline approach and how they did. And we're going to be talking about every other trade as well that might not have been so big that I made its own video for. So stay tuned. A lot coming your way content-wise. I'm super excited. I'm going to be putting a lot of work and effort into the next couple of uploads. So make sure you guys are here for them. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you all next time. Peace.